Well, we see from the Islamic Dawah team that they keep talking about Isaiah being naked, and this is a really bad thing. Hashim, I just want a quick question.
Oh, you brought a cameraman?
Well, no, because you
quick
keep,
question?
Yeah, because you keep asking about Isaiah. You mentioned Isaiah, his nakedness.
Yeah.
So what is the issue that you have with it?
When did was it Shamsi or someone who mentioned it last week?
I don't know.
You saw me mention it.
Was it? Yeah, I'm sure you.
Which Daniel?
No, that championship.
Which Daniel? Yeah, but why is he saying I did?
No, I'm sure you mentioned it like
When?
why a prophet being naked or something.
Today you mentioned it.
Oh, that was with what's his name? David? His name David? Yeah, what about it?
Yeah. So what is the exact issue that you have?
Would you do it?
Would I do what?
Would you walk naked?
Would I walk naked? No, but what is the exact issue you have?
I'm asking you, would you walk naked?
No, but I want you to say what the issue you
I'm
have.
telling you the issue. Would you walk naked?
Would I, if God instructed me to? Why wouldn't I?
Okay, so you would walk naked, and you don't see anything wrong with that.
That's why I'm asking. What are you saying? It's wrong for God.
By the way, are you guys DCCI? Because if you, oh no, he's so close. That's fine.
So my question is,
Daniel got a big question mark on his face.
I'm only standing, I'm saying nothing.
I'm just triggering you, Daniel.
no,
Don't fall for it.
my question is, obviously the story has a story behind it. So my question is, are you disagreeing?
No, I'm saying
Yes.
that if anyone walks, how long did he walk naked for, by the way?
Several years.
3 years?
Yeah, something like that.
3 years. Now tell me what is the morality or the basis or the reason for that?
So, but I just want to establish something because I'm trying to establish your criteria, your logic. So, do you have an issue with a prophet being naked in front of people
I have an issue with anyone being naked in front of women and children
for any reason?
for any reason. Yeah. Especially if they're walking for 3 years completely naked.
So
Would you not have an issue with that?
So let me just ask the question. So, are
But
you?
it has to be a dialogue.
I know,
If,
but- yeah,
if
but
you
I
ask me a
just-
question,
No. Yeah, let me
then
just
you
ask-
allow me to ask you a question.
No, but I'll answer your question. But I just want to establish.
Okay,
Let
go
me just ask my question. So, we've obviously said he said like it's wrong for a prophet to be naked in front of people.
Anyone, not only a prophet. I said
So-
anyone.
So, could
Especially
God,
for 3 years.
Could God have a justified reason for causing a prophet to be naked in front of people?
You tell me, I don't know.
No, I'm asking.
You tell me.
You're the one who critics seem to bring. That's why I'm asking you. because,
But you see, if God had a reason,
yes.
yes, the question still remains, why 3 years?
So your question is now with the duration.
Yes, so
No,
it's
no,
all of
no.
it. It's all of
I-
it. Is the duration.
Yes.
Is a prophet especially
Okay.
being naked.
Okay.
All three things
So a prophet shouldn't be naked.
for 3 years.
So it doesn't matter.
I just told you all three things. Which part of that you don't understand?
Yeah, I'm breaking it down.
Well, I'm
Because
breaking it
gonna-
down for you. Three different
because
things.
I'm gonna-
all
yes.
the above are the
Yes,
reasons
because
I
I'm-
disagree with them.
Because I'm going to obviously address point by point, but I want to first establish.
Okay,
the
so
point
3
one.
points established. Go.
Yeah. So my point one: is it wrong for a prophet to be naked in front of people
Yes.
under any circumstance,
Well, unless he's under duress.
unless he's under duress? Okay. What's duress?
Duress means you're forced to do it.
Okay.
Like
unless-
somebody puts a gun to your head.
Okay.
Yes. Under
So-
duress.
Do you believe that God would instruct or cause a situation for someone to be naked?
That's the same
Like,
question you're asking.
is it immoral for a prophet to be
Anyone who walks naked,
Yeah.
forget about religious people, even the ones who do not believe in a religion.
Yeah.
Yes? Why do you not find anyone in Speaker's Corner walking naked?
Yeah.
Why? Because we differentiate ourselves from the animals.
Yeah.
The animals don't have an issue walking without clothes because that's how they are. But we as human beings are not animals, we are different from them. Okay?
But even if there's a valid
The reason you wouldn't want yourself
Yeah.
or any of your women or children to walk naked outside, yes, let alone for three years,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even tolerate it for 3 hours
Okay.
or 3 minutes maybe in front of the public.
All right.
Okay? If you as an individual who's not a prophet, who is not chosen
Yeah.
by God to basically impart and teach other people both about God and about morality, if you wouldn't do it, then why would anybody else do it? Now, listen to this. There's a difference between somebody walking naked completely by force or maybe out of even need, you know. Some people maybe might not have clothes to wear. If they do it, or maybe some people are mad. If they do it, that's different. Okay? So, one question you still haven't answered is that, would you do it, would you walk naked for even 3 hours?
If God told me to do it. But I, because the
Sorry,
thing
what is that? God
if
if God
yeah,
told you to do
but
it?
this is my point, because you're the one who's brought it up as a criticism, right? So I'm trying to understand, because you said for 3 years, but I'm saying, okay, if it was for like 10 seconds, does that?
Well, I told you 3 hours even. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
so
tolerate it.
even 10 seconds.
Well, 10 seconds if nobody saw him, that's different. Oh, you missed it.
Because obviously if I give an explanation, but I'm just trying to understand because you raised it as a point of contention, so I'm just trying to first
Bro, I
understand.
gave you 3 reasons already. You
Yeah.
keep repeating yourself.
Yeah, but you
now
said-
can you tell me?
Wait, yeah, because
wait,
you said-
can you please answer my question?
Yes.
You said you would do it only if God told you to do it.
Yes.
Okay. In other words, otherwise you wouldn't do it. Am I right?
Yeah, so
If God didn't tell you,
so my question
hear me
would
out.
be,
Hear me out. Hear
yeah,
me out.
that's why I asked you. Do you think God would
Hear me
cause
out.
a situation
Hear
for
me
someone
out,
to
and
be
then you
naked?
answer.
Alright.
So you're saying you will only do it if God told you to do it. Am
Yeah.
I right?
Yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't do it.
Yes.
Can I ask you why you wouldn't do it? Otherwise?
Why wouldn't I do it?
Yes.
Because I would feel embarrassed
Why?
because I'm exposed.
Why? Why would you feel embarrassed if you were exposed?
Because everyone wears clothes and that's the social norm.
So you're saying if everyone was not wearing clothes, you'll be okay with that?
Well, we have societies where people wear like minimal clothing. You can go to Africa or places where
No, you don't need to go
women
Africa.
have-
You can go to nudity beach here,
Yeah, exactly.
here in Europe.
So therefore,
so
if
would
it-
you be
if it-
okay over there?
if it's a
if
social-
everyone else is naked?
If it's a social norm, we have social norms. For
Would you be okay
example,
then?
in Scotland, people wear kilts. I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing.
Kilts is not being naked.
Yeah, but
come on,
some
you know
people
that.
wouldn't wear a kilt because they feel it's like a skirt. So it depends on your social norm of what you've been brought up to. So that's what I say.
No, not social norm. I'm saying
Yeah.
if
Our social norms
if,
will wear clothes.
if everyone in a social norm beach where is a nudist beach,
Yeah.
would you then be naked there? You'll be okay with that?
My social norm has been to be brought up wearing clothes.
Alhamdulillah. You see, that is
Right.
what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, that's fine.
The reason
Yes.
you will disagree with being naked in public
Yes.
is because that is something you consider to be moral.
I didn't say it was immoral. I just
Oh,
said,
you don't consider being naked immoral?
so you believe being naked is immoral?
In front of public, yes.
In front of public.
Why would it not
Even
be?
it doesn't matter the reason.
You know what they'll charge you with
So
if
are
you
you
were
saying?
walking naked?
So are you saying?
Public indecency.
So are you saying-
Wait. Public indecency is what you will be charged with if you were walking around naked.
So
without,
are you-
I think there's certain exceptions where they give you permission to go and cycle around naked.
So
I've
are
seen
you
that.
saying?
It's in newspapers and all
So
they do.
that's why. Yeah, but that's why I said to you. Then I asked about God because I said, do you think God would instruct someone to be naked or cause a situation for them to be naked?
To be honest with you,
Because if you ask me,
Wait.
would if God,
Yeah.
you, 'cause
I
you
would
said,
I would really like to hear the reason why God would want somebody to walk naked, completely naked, in front of men, women, and children for 3 whole years. Can you please tell me why?
all right. So if there's a valid reason,
I want
then
to
it's
know what it
okay.
is. Don't say if, maybe, but,
no, but I'm-
can you just get to the point?
All I'm asking is because
I want to know, I can't think of a valid reason for 3 years.
Yes.
Can you please tell me why would your God want Isaiah to walk 3 years naked in public?
Yes, but I'm going to
I
answer
can't,
your question.
I've answered
but
your question.
my-
I don't know why.
You are.
I can't think of any reason why God would
let
want
me
anyone to walk
reiterate.
naked.
We started because I asked you a question because you brought it up to someone else. So my question was, you asked me if God said to me, I should walk around naked, would I do it? And I said, if God told me to do it, yes. Then you said you insinuate it would be an immoral act, right? So then my question would be, if you believe it's an immoral act, would God instruct, you believe God would instruct someone or cause a situation for someone to create and be in a situation of an immoral act?
That is a question you need to ask.
Well,
Sorry, you need to answer.
Yeah, but that's why I'm trying to get your perspective because if
I don't know.
answer-
I've already answered
Yeah,
your question.
because if I answer, I want to get your understanding first. before I
Paperboy, I've
answer.
already answered your question. I said I can't think of any valid reason why God Almighty would want to impose upon His prophet or any being, any human, to walk about naked for 3 years. You've asked me this question, I've answered like 3 times at least. So please stop asking me the same question. I've already answered.
So according to the
Now you
Bible-
have to answer the question.
Right. So according
Now
to
the
the
question you
Bible-
need to answer
Yeah.
is this: what is the reason that God has asked
Yes.
or impose on Isaiah to walk about naked for 3 years? Without you asking me a counter question, can you please answer that?
So the story was,
Yeah.
obviously, God.
You know about this story?
God
About
gives.
Isaiah walking naked for 3 years? Can you bring up the verse? Let's read that. Maybe we can read from the
Yeah,
passage.
that's fine.
Yeah, bring it up while he's telling me the reason.
So obviously, desolation was coming to Israel, and God wanted to use a physical parable of what is going to happen to them. So He instructed him to walk around to demonstrate of what their situation would be if they do not repent. And Israel's.
And he actually says this in the Bible. God says this. Or is this what you are trying to imply?
Yeah, I'm paraphrasing the story because we're going to look at the verse to see what was actually said. But you said the reasoning, so I'm giving you the reasoning because that's what I was trying to ask and establish for you.
So the reason
there
is
any criteria?
the reason is God wants to give a parable,
Yes, a physical one.
a real life parable.
Yes.
Or basically he wants to show them the meaning of what will happen. Sorry, to show them the consequence
Yes, of the unrepentance.
of their disbelief in God.
Yes.
Yes? In other words, God couldn't have just said it. He needed someone like Isaiah to demonstrate it for them.
Well, we see, and let me find you a quote from the Bible. Because God uses different ways to interact with
Yeah,
people.
because God, when He wants to instruct a message, when He wants to give a message or instruct a command,
Yeah.
He normally tells them, like the 10 Commandments. Yes? Why couldn't He do that to the people of Israel?
Well, he uses different ways because we have the prophet Jeremiah, who for several years he had to mime basically what the destruction that was coming to Israel. So basically, he made like when you see the little puppets. He did loads of, like on the street where the people have the strings and the puppets dance around and stuff like that. Something like that. So he did different things like that.
But that's not something to be ashamed of.
Well,
Being a
all I'm
puppeteer.
saying, say to the king, repent. I don't know.
By the
this
way,
will happen.
would it be fair on Isaiah to do this?
Would it be fair on Isaiah?
Yeah. Would it be fair on Isaiah to walk naked?
Oh, read the passage.
Sorry, to be imposed on him to walk naked. Isaiah has been going about naked and barefoot for 3 years. This is a sign of what will happen to Egypt and Ethiopia. Okay, so not Israel.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, get your facts right, mate.
It's been a long time since.
But you came to discuss this point. You should have at least looked into it. So now your whole thing about Israel goes out the window.
Yeah, but it's.
The reason is not Israel, yeah.
But still, the
No,
point,
not still. It's not for Israel.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It's still a
That was the whole point.
Yeah, but the whole point is even if the country has changed, then the moral of why he did it is still the same.
Would it be
to
fair-
show them what was going to happen to them?
Okay, so answer the question. Would it be fair on Isaiah?
Would it be fair on him?
Because he's the one who went through the embarrassment of walking naked.
Well, I think.
And I'm sure he had family and he had children who must have actually also borne that embarrassment along with him. Imagine if God told you to be walking naked around the earth. Yes? You have family, you have your wife, you have your children. Yes? Wouldn't they feel offended as well? When somebody in the society would ask them, why is your daddy walking naked around? Yes? They will have to actually answer to them. All this, it doesn't just stop with you, it goes on through your, basically your progeny and your family. So all of these people are, in other words, offended. Hence the question to you, which you need to answer is, was it fair on Isaiah?
Was it fair on Isaiah?
Yeah.
Well, I believe if he's a believer, then people are willing to do the will of God. So that's why I ask you the question, is if you have an issue, do you have an issue with God causing a situation for a prophet to be naked?
Okay. So in other words, you're saying that if God instructed him, you wouldn't have a problem. If God instructed you to walk naked, you wouldn't have a problem. Yes? So if God instructed Prophet Muhammad to marry Aisha at the age of 9, you wouldn't have a problem. Same thing, right?
Let's stick to,
because you guys always bring this up, isn't it? No,
we'll
it's not a changing
discuss that
topic.
afterwards.
No,
wait.
Hold on, no. Paperboy, it's not a changing topic.
Yes,
I want to show you
that's fine,
to be consistent in your arguments.
Well, I'll address that later, but we're talking about situations that God. So
answer the question. Is it fair on Isaiah? Is it fair?
I gave an answer.
No, I'm asking. I didn't ask you whether he'll be willing to do it. Obviously, if he's a believer in God, he'll be willing to do it.
If he's happy to do it,
The
then
question,
yes.
the question is, would it be fair on him and his family?
If he's willing to do it,
If
then
he's, no, would it be
if
fair on his family?
If he
though?
is willing to do it,
I know he's
then,
willing to do it.
then they
Would it be
will-
fair on his family?
If he was willing to do it, his family would be happy with him to do it.
But that's an
my point
assumption,
is,
right?
My point is, do
That's
you
an assumption.
But my point is, do you disagree with that?
I don't find that logic in God instructing and forcing someone to walk naked for 3 years in order just to make a point.
So what if it was like 10 minutes?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at the time.
If God wanted to tell someone
Okay.
that this is what is going to happen to the Egyptians and Ethiopians, then he could have just told them.
Okay.
Why the need to impose it upon a prophet of God
Yeah.
to walk naked for 3 years?
Okay. But you said it doesn't matter the length of time if it was 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
No, length of time is very important as well.
Okay, why is that?
Because if it was just for 10 seconds and nobody saw him, or even 10 minutes when nobody saw
Or if
him,
people saw
then
him.
it really, even if, how many people can see a naked man in 10 minutes?
Okay.
How many people are there? But in 3 years, you might talk about the whole country.
Okay.
It might be in all the newspapers and all the television programs. You know what I mean? If it was today.
Okay.
Today, things can actually get out of hand very quickly.
Okay.
So anyway, look,
Because
if you want
the
to
reason
justify
why,
it,
the reason why I ask you this is because when we go to Bukhari, it says, whilst Allah's messenger
I knew he had
was
something up his
carrying
sleeve.
stones with the people of... No, actually, let me go find the other one. Wait. Now, let me find this hadith. Because this is why I asked you, and that we'll
I knew you had something
we'll
up your
see
sleeve, yeah.
whether you contradict yourself.
Okay, go on. And then I can ask a question about your faith after this, or are you going to run away?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good.
This is in Bukhari. Hadith 3404. It says, Allah's messenger said, Moses was a shy person and used to cover his body completely because of his extensive shyness. One of the children of Israel hurt him by saying, he covers his body in this way because he has some defect in his skin, either leprosy or scrotal hernia, or he has some other defect. Allah wished to clear Moses of what they said about him. So one day whilst Moses was in seclusion, he took off his clothes and put them on a stone and started to take a bath. When he had finished the bath, he moved towards his clothes so as to take them. But the stone took his clothes and fled. Now, who here believes stones can run with people's clothes?
Well, if you can believe God can die, why is
Okay.
the problem in
All
stones
right.
moving?
So now,
Seriously, come
all
on.
right.
Is that the best you could do? By the
So
way,
you
are you
believe
using,
stones-
are you
Wait,
using this
wait,
to
let me
justify
finish.
Isaiah?
So now he believes stones can run. So now, when he had finished,
If God wants it, why
when
not?
he had finished his
God gives
bath,
the ability to
he
do
moved
that, why
towards his clothes so as to take them, but the stone took his clothes and fled. Moses picked up his stick and ran after the stone, saying, "O stone, give me my garment," till he reached a group of Bani Israel who saw him naked and found him in the best of what Allah had created and cleared him of what they had accused him of. The stone had stopped there, and Moses took and put on his garment on and started hitting the stone with his stick. By Allah, the stone still has some traces of the hitting 3, 4 or 5 marks. So stones have marks from a stick.
Why not?
So the
Have you
thing
never
is-
seen that?
The thing is this. Now your prophet.
So your
now
emphasis was on the stone.
Your God has caused the stone to take Moses' clothes, for him to be naked and to run across. The people could have seen, and he got to a group of people. So therefore, your own God has caused a prophet to be exposed so that people can see, and the scrotal hernia is in your testicles, so they could see very clearly his testicles. So this is why I asked you originally.
Is that a statement?
Wait,
Let me answer it.
I'm going to finish.
Okay, good.
This is why when I started, I said, do you have a issue with God causing a situation for a prophet to be naked? That's why I asked him that.
Okay.
Because now he's going to do mental somersaults and backflips to explain why this situation was allowed for Moses now to be naked, which he agreed was immoral.
Whom are you talking to?
Talking to the audience.
Okay, so basically you want to justify Isaiah's 3 years of nakedness with this.
I didn't want to justify it. He asked me the question, would I do it? I said yes, if God told me to. I said, does he have a problem with it? So I'm not using it to justify.
By the way, you're talking to them again? I'm here.
I'm just saying that to the audience.
This is not
so
a church.
I'm not using it as
I'm preaching
I
here.
never use it as
don't be
a.
nervous.
When he
Don't be
asked
nervous.
me the question, would I do it if God told me to? I said yes.
Okay, first and
I
foremost-
asked him Is there any conditions that God would permit a prophet to be naked in front of people? He said it was immoral. I never said it was immoral. So now he has to explain why his God has allowed this immoral.
What did I tell you? When you asked me the question, I said I can't think of any reason why God would want someone for 3 years
But now
to be
you
naked.
can think of one.
Look,
Well,
you're
I've got the
interrupting now.
hadith.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
All
Don't
right.
think you have won this.
Okay.
I haven't finished yet.
Okay.
So hold on there.
All right.
Your emphasis was mainly on a rock running away with clothes. Am I right?
No.
You can't believe that.
No, because this point started about the nakedness of a prophet. The
Hold on.
rock was a side point.
Can you answer the question? If God
Don't
was,
divert.
I'm not
Stick-
diverting.
Stick to the
I-
nakedness,
I
not
wa-
the stone,
I
or
will-
whether
no,
God
no,
can
no.
rise
You mentioned-
again, because
hold
he's
on.
going to go to the Trinity.
Hold
Let's
on,
talk
hold on.
about immorality.
Why are you so scared of the Trinity?
Not really.
Why are you
No, no,
Christians
no.
scared of
You
the
see?
Trinity?
You see?
I'm not going to bring the Trinity
Okay,
here, but
we
I
don't want to
why
talk
are you
about
scared?
God rising.
Can you
again.
please let me finish without you
God-
interrupting?
We want to talk about
Look,
the nakedness.
When you asked me the question, I answered your question. Did I not? I did not complain and whinge like the way
right.
you're doing. So can you Christians please stop whinging?
All right.
Okay, stop complaining. Let me ask you something. If God gave the stone the ability to run, will it run?
He's changing the subject.
I'm not.
I'm asking about his nakedness.
Can you answer my question? I
You
answered
see?
yours.
Answer
I will
about
answer.
the nakedness. You're diverting.
I'm coming to that.
Answer.
Answer my question first. If a stone was given the ability to run with the clothes of Moses, can it do it?
Just say that again. Repeat the question. I didn't hear it.
Relax, Ash,
Focus this
relax,
time.
relax.
If God gave a stone the ability to run with the clothes of Moses, can it do it?
Well, the answer to that question would be, now when he asked about Isaiah, we asked about the conditions God could do something. So now he's again appealing to...
Can you please speak to me and answer the question to me?
So
Answer his question,
my answer to the
then
question,
ask your question.
My
Answer his
my
question.
answer to
It's
the
a yes
question
or no,
would be,
very simple.
Thank you, Femi.
Yes, God can do all things.
Good. So you shouldn't be laughing earlier. He believes that the rock can run with the clothes. That were you mocking earlier? By the way,
I don't
I'm
believe
coming to
any
that.
rock has run with any stones,
can a rock give?
but it hasn't.
Can a rock
It
testify?
hasn't.
Okay, can a rock
No rock
testify?
has.
Can a rock testify?
Answer,
Yes.
he's diverting.
No.
He's diverting.
He said he hasn't.
Answer about the.
I am coming to
prophet
that.
being-
I'm coming to that.
all right.
But before that,
No, I answered now.
be fair, Hash.
He's going to try and ask me another.
no.
divert.
I'm going to show.
All right.
I'm going to
Won't
show
divert.
where you're wrong.
You won't divert.
I'm going to show. I won't divert. Yes.
We will make
Your
sure
own
that-
Bible gives an answer about a rock. It says in Joshua 24:25. On that day, Joshua made a covenant for the people, and there I can't say
Yes.
Shechem, how you say it?
Yeah.
Shechem, he reaffirmed for them
Yeah.
decrees and laws, and Joshua recorded these things in the book of the law of God. Then he took a large stone and set it up under the oak near the holy place of the Lord. And then he said, see, he said to all the people, this stone will be a witness against us. A stone bearing witness. Yes? If a stone can bear witness, why can't it
Continue
run?
where the stone
Can
starts
I
talking.
wait? Okay, wait a minute. And
What
then he
about
says,
nakedness, though?
it has, I didn't say about nakedness, did I? I
Yeah.
said a stone
But
can
the-
do
He's not
things.
addressing
The point is
I will come to
Alright.
that next.
Get to
Okay.
that. It's making it-
Don't
The
feel
whole
uneasy.
debate was about the nakedness,
Alright, just
yeah.
exposing your mockery earlier about a stone running away. It says in your own Bible, so unless you disbelieve your Bible, that's a different thing. See, he said, to all people, this stone will be a witness against us. It has heard all the words the Lord has said to us. It will be a witness against you if you are untrue to your God. So next time they bring up about the black stone giving witness on the day of judgment, bring this verse. It is in Joshua chapter 24 verse 25. Okay, now we address the nakedness. Okay, no problem. Now with regards to Musa alayhi salam, yes, what was the allegation that the Jews were basically making against him?
But please,
From
can
the
you stick
hadith
to
you
that
read.
nakedness?
Yeah,
Because
he's
don't let
talking
us move
about-
away from nakedness now.
he's
I want them. I want to go there. I want to know. I want to.
You've asked-
I want
you've asked
to.
two questions.
Hold on, I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
Calm down, Femi. So,
wanna hear
what
the
was
nakedness.
what was the allegation made against him?
Make your statement, because you're asking me questions.
No, but I want to know if you understood the hadith.
Yes.
Have you understood the hadith?
Explain it to me.
Have you understood the hadith?
Explain it
I
to me.
will, but have you understood
Yes,
the
now
hadith?
explain
Okay,
it
so
to me.
what is it you understood?
Explain it
I
to
will,
me.
after you tell me what
no,
you
no, no,
understood.
no,
Explain
no.
it.
Make your statement and then I'll
So
respond.
in other words, you haven't understood the hadith.
Make your statement and I'll
Okay,
respond.
my statement or my basically the take that I got from the hadith is that Moses was being it was being alleged that he has got some problem in his body, some disease or whatever it is. Yes, these are Musa alayhi salam, because Moses was covering his body most of the time. So they were making allegations against him that maybe he has got some deformity, some disease or something else. Okay,
Hernia.
did he say hernia?
Yeah,
Some
go to
hernia,
hernia.
some-
Yeah? Show me where it says. His hernia is inside, not outside. I don't know where the logic these Christians get from.
Well, you have to read your hadith properly.
Hernia is not outside, is inside. No,
Where-
okay. You always come for good question when I'm having a discussion.
Look,
Uncle.
Please.
Uncle.
Stop it.
Uncle, it's okay, Uncle. It's okay. It's okay. Right, show him the...
there. Either leprosy or scrotal hernia. So now, just so people can see, because he said that is scrotal hernia. You can see the testicles there. So that's scrotal hernia.
Okay, that's an inside picture, not outside.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Internal.
So
That's what I'm telling you. It's internal.
it's internal. So why did Allah make them see his full nakedness? Yeah.
Like I told you.
If they can't see inside,
Hold
what was
on.
up? So now
Hold
you've
on.
made Allah's
So
actions
basically-
irrelevant.
no, I'm not. I'm not
Yes,
making-
you have.
I haven't even
Because
finished.
if the scrotal hernia is inside.
I
how can they see?
haven't
Okay.
finished it yet.
All right.
Whatever deformity or whatever basically problem that they were alleging,
Okay.
did Moses have them?
You tell me.
No, he did not have them.
Okay.
Now remember, this is Allah's messenger. Yes, Allah doesn't say like in the Bible. He says that Jesus is cursed. He doesn't basically let his prophets be
Stay on
insulted.
point, stay on point,
So
please.
now, because Allah wanted to clear all the allegations against him, yes, Allah made his nakedness appear to whom? Only a few of them.
For a purpose.
Most likely the people who were making the allegations, not his family, not the people all around the city or the country for 3 years. Yes, it was. But you see, the reason for that is to show that these people were making false allegations, and to basically prove them wrong, Allah made this clear to them. Now you can shake your head, but unlike Isaiah, yes, he didn't even know if it was Egypt and Ethiopia. He went into Israel. They bring up the hadith and they actually scrutinize it, and they know even the hernia bit in it, but their own Bible, they don't scrutinize it, because they know that walking for 3 years, yes, even he wouldn't do it. If Allah wants to show you naked, he will do it himself. He doesn't need to basically impose it on a person to walk for 3 years. Now, with regards to Musa alayhi salam, there was a reason for it.
Oh, now there's a valid reason. That's why I asked him initially.
What did I tell
If
you?
God, is there ever a valid reason that God can cause someone to be naked?
Yes.
He did not go with it. He said it was immoral.
Yes, he did.
I never said the word it was immoral. I said if God told me to do
You
it,
do it.
I would do it.
Yeah, he said
I don't think you were listening. I said,
He has got it.
I said,
Now-
I
He has got
said,
it.
look,
Yeah.
Paperboy.
Yes.
I said, for 3 years,
Yes.
okay? I gave you 3 reasons. I gave you one for 3 years. So the time was a factor. I gave you another thing, it was a prophet of God.
Yes.
So the prophet of God is a factor. I gave you the reason that it was immoral to go naked. Being disclosed, listen, if someone's nakedness is basically disclosed just for a fraction or even a small period of time until those people who are making the allegations and see, to me, that is actually protecting a true prophet of God
Okay.
from being, for basically being slandered against.
Okay.
Yes. So of course, for a fraction of time, okay.
Okay.
Remember,
Now-
you said.
Nakedness is
In fact,
Exactly.
he asked me.
He said
it's naked.
I haven't finished.
Immoral.
I haven't
He didn't
finished. I haven't
say-
finished.
Nakedness.
You asked me if it was okay for 10 minutes. What was my answer? Let's see if you remember.
What did you say? We've got it on
No,
camera.
no. But have you? Do you remember? Do you remember?
You tell me.
Do you remember?
You tell me.
So you don't remember?
We're gonna play it.
Of course you'll play it.
What-
And everybody.
yes.
Do you
What-
remember?
what was the
okay, so
answer?
why are you so reluctant to say I remember?
When you ask me a question, I've said make your statement.
Maybe he doesn't remember.
No.
I'm being
No,
consistent.
I answered your question.
I'm saying make your
And
statement.
because you don't
Make
remember,
your- make your
because you don't,
statement.
you know, this is what I don't like about you.
Okay.
One thing is you do not acknowledge things. Yes? Do you remember my question or not?
your
Sorry, my
statement.
answer or not? Okay, so in other words, once again, he doesn't want to acknowledge things. I said if it was just for 10 minutes and only few people see, yes, that is something that can be tolerated by that one person. How many people are going to see him? But in this case of Moses, how many people do you think saw him?
It said all the women, all the children, everyone.
I didn't say all. I didn't say all.
So show me how many
I
people
said
saw him naked.
when-
show me how many people saw him naked.
No, but you said.
Show us.
Show me how
Wait,
many
wait.
people saw him
Before
naked. See?
I asked you the question first.
Yes.
You said many people. Where's the evidence for that?
He said few. Didn't you say few?
Where's the evidence?
Show me. Yeah.
No, you said
Answer
few.
my question and then I'll answer yours.
What's your question?
How many people?
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah,
How
can
many
we-
people saw Moses?
How many people?
Yeah.
Let's see what the hadith says.
Oh, he's going to read it? Finally? Good.
Fact check.
600,000. So as to be sure.
Where's the proof? Where's the proof?
chart in the Old Testament, not in the Quran.
You don't even know the topic we're talking about, Old Testament. He wants to say Moses in the Old Testament from the Hadith.
You're pushing me.
So it said till he reached a group of Bani
Wait.
Israel who saw him naked.
Sorry, what did
Now,
you say? What did you say?
Repeat.
It says until he reached a group of Bani Israel.
Yes.
A group who saw
A
him
group
naked.
can be 3 people.
Now,
And they can- and
wait,
it can be one
wait.
It could be a
Now,
couple as well.
remember, it was also children that were mocking him. So what person goes and exposes themselves to young children?
And a group can be 10,000.
Because if anyone goes and does that here, they'll go and get arrested. If
can be
children are mocking me,
you know what is
and
the
I
most-
go and pull down my trousers, what do you think is going to happen?
Okay.
They're going to call that indecent exposure to young children. This is why
Okay.
we have...
You know what? That's it.
You asked me a question.
No, wait. Let me answer this.
Can I just get in touch with 10 seconds?
Because who here
Wait.
believes it is
He said-
right
one second,
for an
Paperboy,
old...
one second.
Because he was saying
Listen,
it's wrong.
Quickly, 10 seconds. He said to me, how is your prophet a prophet? Because he got affected by magic.
Oh, that's another
your God got
discussion,
tempted-
man.
Your God got tempted
That
by
is
Satan.
enough. Another
Your God got
discussion.
tempted by
Okay.
Satan.
If you want to... Okay, bye.
Okay, so in other words,
Ask Allah to
wait.
pray for me.
So let me ask you this question: did Moses do it voluntarily, whatever he did?
Did he do it voluntarily?
Yes.
This is why I asked him the
Can you
question.
please answer the question?
Is there any circumstance which it is okay for a prophet to be naked? That's what I started off with. He didn't give any reason.
Can you please answer my question?
He didn't
Did
give
Moses
any
do
reason.
it voluntarily?
Did he do it voluntarily?
Yes.
No.
Good.
He was forced to do it.
Forced?
But at least Isaiah
Wait,
was
wait.
asked
Who
to do
forced
it.
him? Who forced him?
The stone taken it.
No, I didn't say duress. I said forced by the circumstance.
Okay.
Okay. It wasn't Moses' fault. Number one, he didn't do it voluntarily. No one imposed it on him. In fact, he used the word force. I wouldn't use the word force. I said it was a circumstance which made him, because you see, Moses was so, basically, he was so much worried about his, about exposing himself. Yes, that he would always cover himself. That shows that Moses was a moral person, upright person. Yes, he wasn't voluntarily, he did not choose himself to go about walking naked. Because Isaiah, when he was instructed, then he went voluntarily. He wasn't forced in a way. But in this case, imagine this. If you were taking a bath in a lake or somewhere and your clothes go missing and you have no clothes, nowhere to turn, would you not look around and then try to find clothes or some form of cover? That is exactly what Moses did. When he was forced by the circumstance, he went looking for his clothes, and I think he must have been more shocked than many people when he saw the stone running away, so he ran after the stone. But you see, the important point here is this. Number one, Moses wanted to run after that to cover himself, not to be exposed and be naked, like the way you wanted to show us. The reason he went after the clothes is because he wanted to cover himself as soon as possible. He didn't want to stay in a situation where he's naked. However, was Isaiah in a rush to cover himself? No. He went about how long? 3 entire years. Not 10 minutes in front of a group. By the way, a group can be 2 people, 3 people, let's say 5 people, let's say even 10 people. The important point is that he made every effort to cover himself.
Hello?
So,
Hello?
doesn't matter. Oh, sorry, it wasn't 3 years in the case of Moses.
Okay.
I
So
say.
now
Isaiah was 3 years.
we are seeing the mental gymnastics to
wasn't
try and
mental, it was quite
justify
logical.
it. Because God instructed his
Okay, now
prophet
you're gonna
to
keep
do
repeating.
something. Now,
Can you answer
he
my
was,
question
he
now?
was given
My
all
point.
these reasons. Moses was forced. He had to go and chase his clothes, blah, blah, blah. We have more.
Oh, you're going to change
More
the topic
Bakari.
now?
No.
You're going to change the topic?
Whilst Allah's messenger
nakedness?
was carrying stones. This is Sahih
So another topic
Bukhari
now.
364.
Is it another topic?
Whilst Allah's
Is it another topic?
messenger was carrying stones.
Answer his question.
About nakedness.
Is it another topic? According to
Can you please answer the point I made at the end?
Same nakedness.
Listen, wait.
Let me
You
make
know,
my
every
statement.
point, wait
Let me make
a
my
minute.
statement.
Every
You
point
make
you
were
made.
talking for like 10 minutes. Now
Wait,
let me
hold on.
speak.
I
Have
talked
the
for 10
courtesy.
minutes. Can you at least respond to what I said?
Yes.
Instead of you just trying to negate it by saying blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
I'm
can you
I'm
respond?
responding in my
But-
own way with another hadith.
No.
Which will show you
No.
he
Respond
contradicts himself.
to the one
Yes,
that
I
said.
will. I'm answering it in my own way.
Okay.
So now, it says,
Bro,
this is Sahih Bukhari
Get it from,
364. Whilst Allah's messenger was carrying stones with the people of Mecca for the building of the Kaaba, wearing an izar, waist sheet cover. That's what it is. His uncle Al-Abbas said to him, "Oh, my nephew, it would be better if you take off your izar and put it over your shoulder underneath the stones. So he took off his izar and put it over his shoulders, but he fell unconscious, and since then he has never been seen naked.
So which hadith is that?
This is Bukhari.
Okay.
So now his
I have a look at
prophet
that?
was naked in front of people who were helping build the Kaaba.
Where does this-
Again, this is an immoral
Which
act
prophet?
of
Which prophet?
This is the prophet.
Which one? What's his name?
Muhammad.
Are you joking?
Muhammad was naked
Are you for real?
in front of people in the Kaaba. Now there was no duress. Remember he said, oh, the stone had taken his clothes. Where is the duress in this situation?
Gotcha.
Now we're going to see the mental gymnastics, because that's why I waited for him to give his excuses
And
for.
Hashim is good at that. He may explain logically.
First and foremost, do you understand what? Do you understand? Hold on. Do you? Hold on. Do you understand when you are wearing an izar? Izar is basically the part that covers the lower body.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it possible he wore something underneath
He said
it?
he was naked.
Yeah, but naked doesn't mean naked.
Naked.
Okay.
Oh, so now when Prophet Isaiah was
Naked means
naked,
naked.
why didn't he say naked
naked
wasn't
means
naked?
Because you didn't say it.
Why
You
did
did not
Hashim
say
say-
it.
You're the one who
Wait.
but he's the one who brings this to Christians.
Let's look at the
and
term.
asks them to
Naked
explain
means
it.
naked.
But now
You see, you're doing
he's
it again.
asking what does
You're
naked
doing it
mean.
again. Instead of you responding to me like the way
Yes.
I've been doing, I don't do this to other people. Okay? When I respond to you, you know you have come here to win points.
I'm
And clearly,
to win.
well,
any
you
points.
clearly have.
I came to
the way you
address
are,
a topic
the
that
way
you said
you
was
are-
immoral.
okay.
You said prophets being naked was immoral. So now we have your prophet being naked with no reason,
Wait a
as
minute.
just to cover the stones on his shoulder.
Wait a minute. When you use the term naked in English, what do you understand?
Having
Okay,
having no clothing on the body, nude.
Yeah, what is the
naked.
next? What is the next?
Having no covering, especially the usual one, a naked sword. Having no covering.
So have we noticed when it
Having-
came to Moses,
having
we
no-
had no
having no
definition of
clothing
naked.
on the
Now,
body.
when we had
Nude.
Isaiah, there was no definition of
Muhammad
naked.
was
Now
naked.
we brought up the hadith about his prophet being naked.
Hadith.
The question
That's
is,
right.
what does it mean to be
Prophet
naked?
Being naked. Look,
You see the
look,
double
in
standards
English,
and the
listen.
hypocrisy of the Islamic Dawah team in the past.
Can you-
Because he goes to
Let's
Christians.
respond. Can you let
and
me
he-
respond?
He
He's doing it again.
imposes his own
You know,
will.
like I said, he's here to win points. Can you? Yeah.
Alright.
First and foremost, we say naked in English to people who are not fully clothed.
Now we
Yes,
redefine
we
the
do.
word.
We do use this term in English, and you know that. Yes. So when you say naked, it doesn't mean you're fully nude. It can mean that. I'm not saying no. However, whenever the people of that time, when they used to wear izar, yes, they used to wear things underneath. Very much possible. There's nothing
Very
wrong in
much
that.
possible.
Yes, just like when
Underpants,
wait
white fronts.
a minute. Just
Calvin Klein.
hold on. Just like it was completely factual, completely true that during the time of the crucifixion, whoever they crucified, they were completely naked. So Jesus most likely hung naked
Bible's not
on the
helping
cross. He most likely hung naked on the cross,
Bible's not helping
completely nude. The reason you see all these posters and all this,
addressing
I'm using the same point. Like he changed,
Remember, he
like
was
he's
trying to
able.
say to
I'm
me
answering.
about
My
now
turn.
he's jumping it,
My turn. I
jumping
know you don't like your God hanging naked on the cross, but that is a fact. Yes, when Jesus was circumcised, your God, he was obviously naked. Yes, the foreskin which was circumcised by other human beings, he was naked. So your God was naked in front of other people. Now, if you want to look, if you really want to understand the term naked in the context of the hadith which you brought out about the Prophet ﷺ's izar, and by the way, building of the Kaaba, was it before he became a prophet or after?
It doesn't matter.
It does. It does.
naked
Because
man.
remember, we are talking about
address
the.
nakedness.
Hold on, no. It was about nakedness of a prophet. That was the topic. Remember. So the question is this: was the Rasul
So an
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam?
upright, infallible man is naked in front of people. Muhammad was the
By
best
the way,
of mankind.
and
Even
he was
before
naked.
he was a prophet, his character was utmost.
If a God can be naked on a cross in front of people who crucified him, upright, infallible God, the man God of
Give me
him,
the evidence.
you can
Bring
keep.
the ev- You see, he's diverse.
What is the evidence? The evidence is this. Go
on.
and look up how they used to crucify the Romans.
Give it-
they don't
show
care.
everyone, show everyone.
They don't care about
Show
you guys
everyone.
wearing clothes.
Give
In
people-
fact, they wouldn't even give them
Show
a decent
everyone.
burial.
Why
But
did
according to
you
the
have
Bible,
I
he got
know,
a decent
exactly.
burial, and then
Now
he
he's just
disappeared one
making
day.
it up.
No, it's not. I give you an answer. I said, did the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam became a messenger at that time? Okay, we are talking about a time maybe before the Nubuwwat. The topic here is about a nakedness of a prophet of God. Upright, when are they called upright? When they have become a prophet. Because then they have given a different, role to play with. Diversion to your God?
Answer that.
I've
the
answered
topic.
it. Okay, now my turn.
Was Muhammad the best of mankind?
Yes, he was.
Before he was a prophet, was he an utmost moral man?
We don't know how much history about before he became prophet.
So before he was a prophet, he wasn't.
that means
He wasn't
he
an
wasn't.
up.
That
You
means he
agree he
wasn't.
wasn't an
That
upstanding
means
man
he
before he
wasn't.
was a prophet?
I never said no. I said we don't know much.
Then
The only
I'm
thing
asking you, it's either yes or no.
I'm asking you. I'm telling you.
Was-
Can you ask me? I'll answer.
Was he an
Okay.
upstanding, righteous
He
man
was.
before he was a prophet?
He was an honest man. We know that he was Al-Amin.
Okay.
He never spoke lies. He was truthful.
Okay.
The people of Makkah trusted him,
Okay.
and they gave him the title Al-Amin. Yes.
Do-
we do not say.
Do
We do not say.
upright
Wait.
people remove their izar to expose themselves in front of other people?
If they're wearing something underneath, no problem.
Says he was naked. The
It doesn't
text
say-
says he was naked.
Naked can mean many things.
Now we're reading.
Naked
Yes.
means naked. Naked means
Exactly.
Yes.
You see, let me make
If
a
your
point.
God can dangle
Let
naked
me
on the
make a
cross, why
point.
not?
Because when I
Is it
came
the Bible
here,
like that?
I could have used that argumentation for Isaiah. Because there are scholars who say that.
Who say that?
But I didn't bring that point. I said if it's naked, it's naked. I'm not going to
No,
jump
no.
around the topic. He is embarrassed
I'm
by
not
the word
embarrassed at all.
naked.
I gave
was
you an
not embarrassed.
explanation
You see,
of
that's
it.
the difference between me and him.
You know-
I came and I asserted. I didn't jump around the topic and say, well, he could have been wearing something or this and that.
Naked is naked.
I took the
Without
word for it.
clothes.
Now
Without
with
clothes.
him, he
Nude.
cannot argue and say, okay.
I've
it was
already given
naked.
my argument, my
Yes.
reasoning, and
That's
if you don't
fine.
like it, that is up to you.
That's fine.
If you
Thank
want,
you very much for
okay,
your time.
now, no, it's my turn to ask you
Thank
now.
you very much. I think we're done
You
here.
said you were going to answer my question.
We're done here. We're done here.
Did he, guys, look.
Kalas.
He said he was going to answer mine. This shows the lies that they spread because he agreed that he's going to let me talk about the topic and he runs.
As we can see, we clearly brought these two hadiths to him. You see their mental gymnastics. First, we brought the first one about Moses. He said he had to be under duress, making all these excuses. Then when we brought the one about his prophet, he then had to say, what does naked mean? This is why I say to look at the deceptive tactics of the Islamic Dawah team. Me, I stood here firm on what the Bible says. If it says he's naked, I'm not going to make excuses. But when you then try and impose the same standard on the Islamic Dawah team, they start doing backflips, somersaults, left, right and centre. He was struggling. So clearly he called this act immoral. That's why I said to him, and I started by saying, is a prophet being naked immoral? Then he tried to say he wasn't a prophet when he was building the Kaaba. Look at this insincerity. You know, stand by what your books talk about. He couldn't. Therefore, when they bring up this thing about Isaiah, we clearly understand in this passage that there was a meaning and God instructed Isaiah to do it. You know, to show what was going to happen to these people if they didn't repent. But the Islamic Dawah team go around quoting all these biblical scriptures. They don't even know what's in their own hadiths. How embarrassing. Because we saw the great Hashim, he wanted to then divert to the Trinity and Jesus and the rock and this and that and that. But clearly, Islam has its own problems with naked prophets in their own literature.